And what's going on, you guys? What's going on? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. But what's going on, you guys? No. I should wipe my camera off. I think that's better. But anyway, what's going on, you guys? What's going on? This is your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I intend on doing the exact same. What is going on, y'all? Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna inform you guys of something really, really quickly before we get into the show. Um, I worked 9 days back to back. 9, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5, 6, 7, but 9. And your boy is tired. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna tell y'all. My birthday, my 35th birthday is on Monday, right? It's on Monday. So I turned 35 on Monday. I'm going to be in Atlanta starting Sunday night. So I'll be doing content while I'm in Atlanta. I'm going to do it the best way I know how. I'm going to try to give you, I don't know if there's going to be, I doubt there's going to be any late night lives while I'm in Atlanta. Everything is going to come out during the day because while I'm in Atlanta, I'm going to be hanging out. Okay, you're gonna see me with Jamar. You're gonna see me with Carl and Shamil. You're gonna see me with Bando. You're gonna see me with Sakina. You're probably gonna see me with Jamie and Aaron. I'm gonna be out and about this entire time, so there won't be any late night lives starting. I think probably if they're depending on what's going on this weekend, the last late night live that you would get is probably Friday night because Saturday night I'm gonna be out partying and somewhere snapping my damn fingers. Sunday I'm gonna be on a plane headed to Atlanta. So Friday night will probably be the last time y'all will get any live reviews for the rest of the week because I'm gonna be out celebrating my birthday the whole week. I'm gonna be on vacation. Everything will come out during the day. That's so I'm just letting y'all know that. So when nobody expect any late night lives. So after tomorrow, there won't be any more late night lives for a whole week. Um, there probably won't be no live reviews either. I think depending on what's going on, everything will be pre-recorded come this week. Just to let you guys know. So that's it for that part. So before we get into anything else as well, let me let you guys know a little something right now. Okay, so as you all know, T's main channel, Giving You the Real T, was struck. So he cannot post anything on the Giving You the Real T platform until Monday. So he can't post on his community wall. He can't go live. He can't post any pre-recorded videos. He cannot do anything on the Giving You the Real T channel. However, he will be posting on his second channel, as you can see on my screen, which is called Gags with T. Make sure you guys run the numbers up over there. The link to his second channel is in my description box. So yes, that is Giving You the Real T's second channel. Make sure you guys go over and subscribe so you guys can get the videos that you probably won't get right now on Giving You the Real T. Because as I said before, the Giving You the Real T platform has been struck. So he won't be able to post anything on Giving You the Real T until Monday morning. So as y'all can see on the screen, he has another channel called Gags with T. They have run up the numbers now to 4K. So make sure you guys go over there, support, so y'all can get the videos that y'all need over there. So, and then, like I said, the link is in the description box. And if any of my mods got the link, make sure y'all put it in the chat. But like I said, the link is in the description box down below. Also, the Boss Baby Wars, honey. The Boss Baby Wars. So as you all know, I am nominated for YouTuber of the Year as well as Podcast of the Year with Jamar. And not only am I nominated, and not only is me and Jamar nominated for Boss Babe this year, but Bunny Blue is nominated for Boss Babe Awards this year. House of Aaron is nominated for Boss Babes this year. Ondario and the Chasing Reality platform. If you guys watch my Chasing panel, you already know what it is. So as you guys can see, all these people, I need for you guys to support not only myself and not only me and Jamar, but also send in your support for the likes of Bundy Blue, House of Aaron, Undario, and the Chasing Reality platform. All of these people are my people. All of these people I with. All these people I want to see win. And all these people are people that you guys know. So make sure you guys support them. They deserve the support. They deserve the win. And I cannot wait to see all of these people on April the 28th. I know I'm gonna see Aaron before that, but me and Bunny are gonna meet for the very first time, and I cannot wait. We've been talking about this. I cannot wait, and I know I'm gonna see Ondario too. I'm gonna see all of them this week. So yes, make sure you guys vote for all of us. Everybody that you see on the screen, make sure you guys vote for us. But with that being said, y'all, that's pretty much all that I had to, tell you guys before we get into the show. And right now we're headed towards 100 people being in the chat. We have 92 people in the chat so far. Let me see something here, y'all. Hold on, because I think this camera needs to be cleaned the fuck. Oops, cleaned the fuck out. Give me a second. I think that's much better. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. All right, you guys. So with that being said, we're about to go ahead and get into the mess, honey. All right. So we at 100 people. So now let's start off with Monica and Nicki Minaj. Okay. Now Monica went on the Jennifer Hudson show today. And when I heard that Monica was on Jennifer Hudson, because as people should know this by now, when I first had my channel, my name was Mr. Still Standing, and the name was from Monica's album at that time, which was called Still Standing, as you guys know. So everybody knows that before K. Michelle, there was Monica and there was Mary J. Blige, my two favorites. So when I saw that Monica was on was on Jennifer Hudson's show, I was like, okay, what is she doing on Jennifer Hudson? Like, what does she have to announce to us today? Because she's been working on this damn album for the last 100 centuries and we ain't got it yet. So hopefully she's going on Jennifer Hudson to, pretty much tell us when this album is coming out. So Monica goes on the Jennifer Hudson show, and this is what she has to tell us. Let's get into it, y'all.
One thing that no one knows until today is that I'm going on tour, the Pink Friday 2 tour with Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
it is starting.
Yes.
It's starting on March 1st. And I get a chance to hit all these cities that mean so much to me. Atlanta, of course, New Orleans, Nashville. We're coming to every city we possibly can. And I'm really grateful for Nicki because she's one of those people that has always said, Monica meant everything to my childhood. And some people, they act like they forget.
No,
and so it's pretty cool not to be forgotten and to be called for things like such. So we're going to show up and show out.
All right. We're going to be looking for.
One thing that no one knows until today is that I'm going on tour.
Okay. So that was Monica on the Jennifer Hudson show. And she was basically telling us that she's going on tour with Nicki Minaj. Okay. Do y'all want my honest opinion on this? Do y'all really want my honest opinion on this? Because I feel like once I get my honest opinion on this, y'all gonna try to call me a hater and shit, and I ain't got time for that. But then again, I mean, who cares at this point? You know what I'm saying? Who cares at this point? But okay, so as I said before, y'all know I love me some Monica. Y'all know that. Love me some Monica. Even though she been pissing me off for the last couple of years with this, see murder bullshit. Okay, that fiasco was annoying as hell. Shouting him out at every damn award show she's at. Annoying. Okay, that's one thing. Number two, not putting out this fucking album. We ain't had no album out since 2015, what was that? Code Red with the song Just Right for Me. Last album we had. That's number 2. Number 3, it wasn't her fault, but Friends and Family Hustle was canceled. So we didn't get to have our daily dose of Monica every week to have her face out there. However, despite what I think about Nicki Minaj's personality or what I think of Nicki Minaj as a person, her and Monica are friends. They always have been cool, and Nicki has always given Monica her flowers. And that's the one thing that I will say that I can respect from Nicki, because people do like to act like Monica really didn't have a legacy or don't have a legacy, or people like to make it seem like Monica was never that girl when she was. Okay, let's start there. Nicki said that Monica was important to her childhood. For those of us that's in our probably mid 30s, because I'm in my mid 30s, for those of us in our mid to late 30s, Monica was a part of our childhood. When Monica's Miss Thing came out, I was like in the first grade. You know what I mean? Like, Miss Thing came out in 95. My first grade year was my first grade school year was 1995, 96. You know, fall 95. We went to the first grade. So Monica has been a part of my life since I was a little boy. You know what I mean? So I'm going to start it off by saying that people do like to make it seem like Monica didn't contribute anything to this industry. Like Monica is a nobody. Like Monica is a nobody. Like, especially going up against Brandy. Now, here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I like Brandy too. Don't get me wrong. Love Brandy. Always has. It's just that I was a bigger fan of Monica because I related to Monica. You know what I mean? Like, she was more relatable to me. I didn't relate to Brandy. Like, I wasn't no popcorn person. You know, I'm not no popcorn person now. I'm pretty much unpolished, but trying to polish myself, but a little bit unpolished. So I related more to the Marys and the Monicas and the Keishas before Keisha blocked me for no fucking reason. You know, those type of people. So, and there's my mama in the chat. She could tell you I've always been a big Monica fan. So when it all boils down, I love I love Nicki for putting it out there that, you know, Monica was a part of her childhood. It's just that a Nicki Minaj tour would not be something that I would ask for Monica to be on. You know what I mean? Like, when I think of a Nicki Minaj tour, you know, I would think like a Ice Spice should be on tour with her, or a Lotto, or even a Megan Thee Stallion if she was cool with these people. But you know, she ain't cool with none of these people, so that's never gonna happen. But I never would have thought about Monica being on a tour with the likes of a Nicki. Like, when I think about Monica being on tour with somebody, I want to see Monica on tour with a Keisha Cole, or you know, somebody like that, or shit, Brandy. To be honest, like, we need a Monica and Brandy tour like yesterday. So let them co-headline a tour. Have one of these new girls open up for them. Like, have you know, like a Ari Lennox open up for them or something like that. Like, I would be here for a Monica and Brandy tour with a Ari Lennox as the opener, or you know, even Money Long as an opener or something like that. You know, Money Long get on my nerves, but that's what I thought. But I'm guessing when you really think about it, I mean, look at my mama. Yes, he was, had me buying CDs. Like, I can't see the correlation with Monica and Nicki being on tour. I guess it's a good business move, but I ain't buying no ticket. I can tell you that much. I ain't buying no ticket. You know, love Monica to death, but I ain't buying no ticket to no damn Nicki concert because I don't want to see Nicki. Like, Nicki is not no performer to me. Like, whenever Nicki performs, it's like, you know, like, Nicki's not a performer. Like, now, Megan, I'm gonna go to her tour, but I'm not interested in seeing Nicki on a tour because she's not a good performer at all. Like, she's stiff as fuck, and I just can't with her. Like, she's not a good performer. So if I were to buy a ticket to that show, I'll stay for the Monica portion. And as soon as Nicki come out, bye y'all. Bye y'all. But I'm not necessarily mad at it because, again, Nicki loves Monica. That's her girl. They friends. That was someone she looked up to. So I see it. But I just don't see Monica on no damn rap tour. That's just me. No matter how much she kicks down the doors and smack the chick, I don't see her on no damn rap tour. Because, like, even when Monica did the Great Escape tour, I thought that was more fitting for her. Because just like somebody just brought up Monica and Escape. Like, that was more fitting. I enjoyed the Great Escape tour. I was purposely late because I didn't want to see Tamar's ass. But other than that, it was cool. But I will say one thing about Monica is that she gonna go on somebody's tour. She gonna do somebody's show. She gonna get a coin now. But what I'm gonna need for Monica to do is do better sets. Now this is coming from, because I don't know what Nicki do because I don't go to her shows. But I done seen Monica twice, and I've seen her do the same fucking show, and I'm gonna need for her to change that. Shayna Marissa is a Monica fan that's in this chat, and I know her from being on the Monica fan sites. So I know exactly who Shayna Marissa is. Shout out to you, girl, Shay. Shout out to you. Now, like I said, I've seen Monica twice. The first time I saw her was on the Escape tour. Because every time she would come here, I wouldn't be here. So, yeah. But then the second time I saw her, she did a show by herself. And she did the same damn set on his second show as she did on the Great Escape tour. So it was kind of like, girl, why am I wasting my money coming to see you when you're going to do the same damn thing over and over again? Like, I need for Monica to go into her deep cuts. Like, I need for her to perform more than just the same old singles. I want deep cuts. Okay? I need a section of the deep cuts. Like, yes, open up the show with Just One of Them Days and end it with So Gone. Do that. Give me Just One of Them Days. Give me Before You Walk Out in My Life. Give me Why I Love You So Much. Okay, we can get them. Give me Angel of Mine in The First Night. Give me those. Give me So Gone. Give me Knock Knock. Give me You Should Have Known Better. Give me those. You barely touch on the songs that you did on the Makings of Me because you want Makings of Me to be so terrible when it's not that bad. You only label it as one of your worst albums because of the fact that the people label it as one of your worst albums. It's not that bad. So you can give me Sideline Ho. You can give me Every Time the Beat Drop. You can give me A Dozen Roses. You can give me that. Go to Still Standing. You can give me Everything to Me and Love All Over Me. I can take that. You can give me, what came after that? New Life. You can give me Until It's Gone. You never perform that. You can give me Anything to Find You. You never perform that. We can leave It All Belongs to Me where it's at because the shit is terrible to me now. I can't even believe I ever liked that song. It was terrible. Let's see. What came after New Life? I think after New Life, it was Cold Red. You never perform anything off Cold Red. You can perform Just Right for Me. You can give me that. Okay? Give me that. But also, don't forget about your deep cuts and the songs that you like to forget about. Perform Street Symphony. Sympathy. Symphony. I'm sorry. Street Symphony. Perform that. That's a hidden gem that you never touch. Perform that. Never thought I'd be afraid to trust somebody that I love so much. If I can get him out of the streets, then he can come back to me. Now I see that it ain't no us. Baby, to me it's a definite plus. If I can get you out of the streets, then you don't need to be with me. Like, come on now. Why you don't ever perform that? Yes, like this and like that. Perform like this and like that. Hell, perform All Eyes on Me. I would like to hear you perform that. Okay, perform Misty Blue. Okay? Perform breaks my heart. We like that song. Okay? Perform, I keep it to myself. Perform, hell no. Why her? Okay? You have a lot of deep cuts that we want to hear, and you never perform them. So instead of giving me these same singles, you perform every show in that same damn Lauryn Hill tribute that you give. That time that you take out on that Lauryn Hill tribute, you can put a bunch of deep cuts in that part of that show. Love Lauryn Hill, but I don't give a damn about that damn tribute you do. It was cute at first, but I don't give a fuck about that shit now. Give me some deep cuts. That's the one thing that I don't like about Monica. She never gives us any of the deep cuts that we want to hear. So savor the damn moment. I don't know how much time Nicki's gonna give her on the stage. I really don't know. But I'm gonna need for her to give that show the best that she got, because she really needs to do better with her shows. Because I don't want to pay no money to see you do the same thing. Like, for example, I've gone to see K. Michelle so many times. I saw K. Michelle in Jackson twice. I've seen K. Michelle in Atlanta twice. I've seen her in Houston. I've seen her more than one time. And every show that K. Michelle does, it's different. She switches it up. But another thing about K, she got a lot of music to perform. Like, she got her Rebellious Soul album and Anybody Want to Buy a Heart and No Issues in Vogue and Kimberly, the people I used to know, and All Monsters Are Human in this whack ass album that she just dropped. But not only does she have that, but she also got a bunch of mixtapes and a lot of standalone songs from her old days before Love and Hip Hop. She has a lot of songs that she can perform, and she gives us a lot of music. Like, K. Michelle shows me a good hour and 30 minutes. She performed everything. She even gives us tributes to Mary J. Blige sometimes in some of her shows. You know, like, she used to give the tribute to Monica in her show. I need for Monica to do us a favor and put more into her music and put more into her shows, because I feel like Monica does the bare minimum, and that's been the thing that I've always disliked about her. As one of my favorite artists, I feel like she is the one artist that I love the most that don't really put more of an effort to anything that she does. Like, her show, like I said before, the shows are the same. And then even with her albums, I feel like she doesn't take many risks. Like, she stays in one spot. You know, like Cold Red was the album that she kind of stepped out and did something different just a tad bit. But she doesn't, she just stays in that one box and don't move out of that box. You know what I'm saying? So I need for Monica to really do us all a favor and really evolve with her music. I get that she's a legacy act now. So at this point, Monica is not going to sell the same amount of records that she once sold back in the day. She's never going to see those numbers again. And that is absolutely fine that she won't see them again. She's a legacy act. They don't see the same numbers that they did in their prime. Like, Mary ain't even seeing them same numbers no more. And that's, like I said, that's okay. But when you put this out, but you can't have us waiting on you to put out an album. Like, we've been waiting on you to put out an album since 2018. Girl, where's the music? Like, Commitment was cool. Me Plus You. Trenches was a step in the right direction. Friends was cool. Letter sounds like you really trying to adapt to the times, but you know. No, I'm not even. No, I promise y'all, I'm not being shady when I say that she's a legacy act, because she is a legacy act. Monica is a legacy act. Monica's a legacy act. Most, being real, most of the artists that we grew up on in the 90s are all legacy acts. Let's be real. Monica is a legacy act. Brandy is a legacy act. Mary is a legacy act. Let's see. Usher is a legacy act. They're all legacy acts. At some point, Beyonce is on the verge of being a legacy act at this point. If we're being honest, she's about to be a legacy act. Like, they're all legacy acts. They've been around since the 90s. They're no longer in their primes anymore. So there are legacy acts. I guess I'm a legacy act. I've been on YouTube for 13 years. Not necessarily because I'm in my prime. I just got in my prime 4 years ago, so I'm not no damn legacy act right now. Like me and Bundy now. Me and Bundy, we ain't no legacy acts, bitch. We still here. But y'all get my drift though. Y'all understand what I'm trying to say. But you know, it's good to see Monica still out there, you know, being in demand and stuff like that. So, like I said, like I don't care how I feel about Nicki. You know, it's good to see Monica on tour. I'm just not going. I'm just not going. Okay, that's it. Now we can move on to the next topic, and the next topic is Miss Megan Thee Stallion and Joe Budden. Now, Joe Budden and his people, they pretty much discuss Megan Thee Stallion receiving a manufactured #1 record with Hiss. So we're going to get into what they had to say, and then after we listen in on what they had to say, of course, we're going to come back and come back and give our commentary on it. Shout out to the 192 people that's in the building. Okay, so let's get into it.
That a song with no hook where you just firing at niggas and with that long speech in it, like we was talking about. Like, so for that you go #1, yeah, that's big. That's big. That's big. Gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to him.
Think it's real? Personally? No. Because don't y'all say people could trick and play with the numbers, right? No, I don't think that. I think it's real in that sense, but I think it was machine play behind it to make that happen. That's what I mean. So it ain't real.
It's real because it happened.
Yeah.
It's real because it happened.
But it's manufactured.
Yes, that's the way it's manufactured, for sure. But I don't want to diminish it. It's still an accomplishment.
Not organic.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Salute to her either way. All right. I'm leaving it alone.
You do that a lot. You step on people's moment a lot.
Fam,
you take
because y'all tap dance around it. And you know what we think.
Highlight that somebody's experiencing.
Y'all know what y'all.
And
y'all
you
know
immediately get to stepping on that shit,
man. Because I'm not here to sugarcoat this shit. We can see through certain shit. This is the same fight that Nicki been talking about. The machines and the manufactured this. Bro, I saw fucking I think it was there's a contest going where you could win some merch and you get a certain amount of entries by streaming the song here and signing up for the mailing list here. Like, this is all the little tricks of the trade that they disqualify other artists for. But because this one is on our side and in our group, we allow it to go. It's bullshit,
let me say something to you.
Period. That a song with no hook where you just...
Okay, so that was on the Joe Budden podcast, where they discussed Nicki Minaj, not Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion song Hiss going #1. Okay. And in so many words, they were saying that it's not an organic #1 record. Now, let's be honest, okay? Let's be real right now. And that's what y'all come here for, is to hear the real. If we're being honest, right? Most of these #1 records that these artists see in today's society are not organic. Let's be real about that. That's #1. Number 2, these days, you got to put out different versions of a record and make to count towards a song and make it go #1. But there was a time where you just put out that one song. You didn't rely on remixes. You didn't rely on releasing instrumentals or chopped and screw versions or whatever back then. You just put out that one song and you let it sell. But now you got to put out the actual song, a remix version, a second remix version, a salsa version, a Chinese version, a France version, an instrumental, a acapella. You got to put all these different records out just so your shit can go #1. My thing is, where's the machine? Because she ain't got no damn machine. It's just her. Where's the machine? And let's be for real, Super Freaky Grandma was a manufactured #1 record because the song ain't even good. Let's be real. And you could tell Nicki wanted that #1 record so bad that she did whatever she could to get it. Super Freaky Grandma is not a good record. Nicki has so many songs that were great records that could have went #1. But instead, this whack ass song, one of her worst, I might add, go #1. Let's be real. Most of these #1 records that come out, they're not organic. Billboard changed their rules. Do y'all ever wonder why when a song go #1, it falls 30 spots down the very next week? Because radio play is no longer a factor on the Billboard chart. It's a percentage, but it's a very small percentage. When we were growing up, it was like the rules went like this. When we were growing up, it was 52% radio, 48 or 49% sales. That's how your song charted on the Hot 100. 52% radio, 48, 49% sales. But now for you to you can oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Bestie's in the building. What's going on, boo? I just got done promoting your second channel, by the way, when I first came on. So shout out to giving you the real tea who's in the building. Okay. Not you being lit off the gin, but back then when you would get on the Hot 100, it was like that. But now it's not like that. It's based off of streams. It's off streams. That's why a lot of the times when you see the record go, like a record be #1 one week and then it fall right on out the top 10 the very next week, because it's mainly streaming. They're getting the right number of streams to go #1. If you got radio play to fall back on, it gives your song that stability to stay on the charts. But they release these songs with just the video, the song, and you can go stream it, you can go purchase it, you can go do all that. A song now can chart without radio play. All you need is the right amount of streams. All you gotta do, if you got a crazy ass fan base like the Barbs, all you gotta do is have them mad stream the damn song, and here it go. It debuts in the top 20 of the Hot 100, and then fall off the very next week. Fall completely off the chart the very next week because the streams are dying out. But it won't die out like that if you have radio play to fall back on. See, if they would make radio play a bigger factor again, then these songs will have stability on the Hot 100 charts. But they don't, because they rely on streams. That's the part that people don't talk about. That's what they don't talk about. I'll never forget it. There was a time where debuting in the top 20 of the Hot 100 was a huge thing. It's a big thing. It's a big sign to what's to come when your song debuts that high on the Hot 100. But these days, if your song debut in the top 20, it's a flop. It's a flop to people. I don't get it. I'd be so confused. If the song debuted in the top 20, that's not a flop to me. But nowadays, it's like, say for instance, let's say Megan. I think the Sweetest Pie probably debuted in the top 20. The song she did with Dua Lipa, however you pronounce her fucking name, about 2 years ago. It debuted in the top 20, and I think it fell down some the very next week. Oh, that song a flop. But the peak was like number 15 on the Hot 100. If this was like 95, or if this was 2005, or even 2010, or I even go even further, 2015, 2019. If that song got up to number 15 on the Hot 100, that's a success. That's a success. But now it's not. You gotta hit the top 10 in order for it to be called a success. That's how much the rules have changed in music. I used to be a chart watcher in high school. Like I used to look at the Hot 100 all the time. I used to look at the Billboard R&B hip hop charts all the time. Even the R&B and hip hop charts have changed. The R&B and hip hop charts used to be based off of airplay. Now they're based off of purchase. Now they have a whole separate chart because the chart used to be called the Billboard Hot R&B Hip Hop Singles Chart or Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs Chart. But now it is called now they have the whole Billboard Hot R&B Hip Hop Airplay charts now. So if you want to judge it by airplay, then you go to the airplay chart. Shout out to my best friend for becoming a member on YouTube. Shout out to UT. Now that's what they do. So if you want to be honest, Joe Budden, well, not really Joe Budden, your bitch ass co-host, most of these number ones are not organic. They're not. I was happy to see his go number one because I'm a big Megan Thee Stallion fan. You guys Jamar that. You guys Carl and Tramiel that. I think you guys T that. I'm a big Megan Thee Stallion fan. I always liked Megan Thee Stallion. I started off liking her when she came out with Big Old Freak. Go figure. That's my song. Go figure. I am a big old freak. Love the song. But then she came out with Cash Shit. Loved it. Came out with Body. Loved it. Savage. Loved it. But when I listened to Traumazine and I heard the other songs that she had on there, I was sold on her when she came out with Traumazine. Then I went back and I listened to all of her other work. Something for the Hotties, Tina Snow, all these other things that she did. So I'm a big Megan Thee Stallion fan. Love Megan Thee Stallion. It ain't got nothing to do with spiting Nicki either. I love Megan Thee Stallion. As a matter of fact, I'm a fan of music. As I always tell you guys, I'm a fan of music, period. Like, let's be honest. Megan got great music. I love Megan. His was a great record. Like she came, and it ain't, and I hate how people want to give all the thanks to Nicki. Tell Nicki thanks. I won't tell Nicki shit because Megan didn't just come at Nicki in that record. Megan came at several people in that record. Nicki was the only dog that hollered. But Megan came at Nicki. She came at Drake. She came at Party. She came at a couple of folks on that damn song. It ain't just Nicki. The only person that screamed to the top of their lungs about it was Nicki. So what we thanking Nicki for? For going on a damn rant for a whole week? Bringing attention to a song to a motherfucker that you don't even like? I wish I would bring attention to a bitch I don't like. I'm just saying. However, when it comes down to Megan, I can't understand what people mean when they say her music sounds the same. The beats do sound the same. I think most of her beats are produced by the same person. So I do understand what's being said when I say the music sounds the same. But that's why I enjoy Traumazine because it showed that what is it? Let me see. I know that Prophet. That's what I mean. I just said she was talking about Nicki in the record, but she's not the only one she talked about though. Because it was clear that she was talking about Drake as well in the song. But her beats do sound the same and things like that. So I understand that. But I enjoy her music for what it is. Now, Traumazine, you can see that she was trying to do something different, like the Her song. You know, that's like a Vogue type of record. Like I enjoyed, you know, the Vogue shit. Or You know, even with anxiety and her getting more deep and personal into the records and stuff like that, you know, I enjoyed that. Like, I could deal with her flow being the same or whatever people say. Like, that type of stuff don't really bother me. Like, you know, that's the only thing that people can say about Megan is that her flow is the same thing. Her flow is always the same. I personally don't care about none of that. As long as I can enjoy the record and enjoy the song, it don't matter to me. I don't really care about this shit. Like, as long as I can enjoy the record, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna need for people to stop trying to take away from what other people do and what they got going on. I hate when people do that. She got the #1 record. She made some kind of history with that record. And when we talk about flows, just like somebody just said, it's like a Texas type of thing. Like, she ain't sounding no different from Bun B and Pimp C, like, or Lil Kiki and Big Pokey. Like, she ain't, or Sauce Walker. They all sound the same to me. Mike Jones, all them sound the same to me. Slim Thug, Megan, they all sound the same to me. To me, they all got this same type of flow. You know what I mean? They all got that. So just like the New York people, so I see somebody just took it out of my mouth, just like the New Yorkers, they be sounding the same way on the records. So I mean, those things don't really bother me. I don't really care about that. But you know, not well at the end of the day, Beyonce, the best rapper ever, queen of rappers, queen bee, buzz, buzz, buzz. I'm so tickled. But yeah, so let's not take away from what Megan accomplished. She got a #1 record as an independent artist, and that's just it. So let's not try to take that from her and it's not organic. It's not organic. Ain't shit in music organic these days. Let's just keep it a buck. These charts are not organic. The way these records are put out there are not organic. It's a hot mess. That's why I don't even give a fuck about these arguments when it comes down to sales and shit like that, because it don't matter. It don't matter. No one's selling records no fucking way. It don't matter. I don't even get, like, when I be sitting on Twitter and I see these people arguing about who flopping and who ain't, everybody's flopping. Everybody's flopping. Ain't nobody making no money off no music unless they wrote it themselves. Why do you think these people stay going on somebody's tour? Why do you think these people always got an endorsement deal somewhere? They ain't making no damn money off this shit. Especially the R&B artists, they definitely all flopping. It's all about the music, to be honest. It'd be crazy to me, y'all, when I be seeing these people arguing and shit. Arguing. Your fave flop, your fave flop, she flop, he flop. They all flopping. Everybody flopping. They've been flopping for a mighty long time now. With streaming and shit like that, they all flopping because ain't nobody buying shit. They streaming shit. They streaming shit. I buy music. I still buy music. I think my sister said something to me one time. I don't know whose album it was, y'all, but it was somebody's album that came out. It was probably K. Michelle's album. Probably that last album that she put out, the one that I wish she would have kept in the vault because it was terrible. As a fan, I hate it. I bought her album off iTunes and I ordered the hard copy from Amazon. My sister said, "You still buy CDs? You still buy stuff off iTunes, but you can just go and stream?" And I said, "Girl, yes. Yes. I still buy my music. I still buy my music. Like, I still buy it. Like, I will go to Amazon and order the actual compact disc just to say I got it. Like, I do all that. I still do it. I love a CD. I don't even like. I got all of K Michelle's CDs. It ain't just no shit on my phone. It's actual CDs. I still got my 2 CD booklets sitting on my damn dresser. Like I still will purchase one. Period. So it is what it is. It's just what I do. But for the most part, though, a lot of times I agree with Joe Budden on the podcast, but then a lot of times I don't agree with him on the podcast. Like I just have a back and forth with Joe Budden's podcast. It's like I like the podcast for the most part, but then I don't like it. I like this other show better. What was it called? Everyday Struggle. I don't know where that show went, but I used to love it. And then what's the other one? Like the Drink Champs. Like I like, but you know, to be honest, my favorite podcast right now is like R&B Money and the We Sound Crazy podcast. That, you know, I love those because they cater more into R&B, you know, my opinion. But love it. So that's all I really got on what Joe Budden and them had to say about Megan Thee Stallion and her #1 record. Because who gives a fuck about what they got to say? Now, Monique. Our sweet baby Monique, honey. Now, Monique then set the world ablaze with her interview on Club Shay Shay. You know, Shannon Sharp with his fine uncle looking ass. That is one older man that I would just give my whole check to be honest. Like he could get it all. As Bow Wow said, you can get it all. You can get it all. you know what I'm saying? So he could get it all, honey. I'm just being honest with y'all. But she did that interview with him, and I already knew that it was gonna set the world ablaze. That video got over like 3 million views already. I think it's past 3 million views now, but it got over 3 million views already. And she talked about a lot of things. She talked about Oprah, she talked about Tyler Perry, she talked about Lee Daniels, she talked about the Breakfast Club. And not only that, she also talked about D.L. Hughley. But before we get into what she said about D.L. Hughley, because she definitely responded to what D.L. Hughley said, because I did talk about that last night on the Late Night Live. But before we get into what she said about D.L. in response to him, we're going to go into what she said in response to, what is it? The Breakfast Club. Now, before we get into that, the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne the God, he gave himself Donkey of the Day. And he issued an apology to Monique. So we're going to get into that first. And then after we get into that, we're going to go into the rest of it. Let me pull this up real quick. Take this down. Okay. Where is it at? Is that the right one? No, it's not. It's this one. Let's get into that first. Let's get into the Donkey of the Day first.
It's called me the Donkey of the Day. And they had a whole call-in. But you didn't do the same thing when you found out we settled. Now all of a sudden, don't nobody know what a settlement is. We just want to throw it away. So with that Netflix special, it was just like, no, guys, I gotta stand up.
Now, if you remember Monique back in the day, like 2018, called for a boycott of Netflix, saying they lowballed her. Monique said in an Instagram video that Netflix offered her $500,000 for a comedy special, and she pointed out Amy Schumer was offered $11 million, Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock $20 million. I gave her Donkey of the Day for that because it was, in my opinion, that Monique, wasn't on the level of Dave, Amy, and Chris. And she came on Breakfast Club and said this.
And what happens is when you're basing off of what you're assuming, and then you give me a title of Donkey of the Day. Is your mother still alive?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're from what city in South Carolina?
Moncks Corner, South Carolina.
Moncks Corner. And if I was to call your mother or your grandmother, could they tell me stories of inequality that they had to deal with?
Absolutely.
So would your mother be a donkey? The breakfast nubs called me the donkey.
No.
Would your grandmother be a donkey?
No.
I need you to explain how you gave me the title because you're not explaining it. You're going off of what I assume. But because you're on that microphone, and when we open up these microphones, we know just how powerful our voices can be, don't we, Angela?
Yes, we do.
And we know that what we say can become law. Correct, Lenore?
Absolutely.
So when we do that, we must then explain it to our community because we know how poisonous it can be when we put things out, but we can't back it up. We just say it.
Monique, you were right. I had no business speaking on your business, okay? There's absolutely a pay discrepancy for black women. Black women are typically paid only 67 cents for every dollar paid to white men, and the wage gap actually widens to 65 cents on the dollar for black women who hold doctorate degrees compared to white men with the same education, okay? Not to mention, all the proof is in the pudding. When you see a company as big as Netflix with all the money Netflix has, they could have dragged this out, okay? They settled with Monique, okay? No.
With your grandmother.
And still put out a Monique comedy special. Okay, Monique, God bless you, sister. And if you have never heard me say this before, or if I've never said it because I was born in 1978 and my memory is not what it used to be, I apologize for being wrong. Okay,
say it again.
Man, shut up.
No, seriously, your kneecap.
I am, because
you need to go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
say it again.
Could y'all stop?
Say it
Give me a
clearly.
moment.
That's
All right?
crazy.
Regardless of how I felt about the situation with you and Netflix, I had no business in your business, and bro, I clearly disturbed your peace. I heard Donkey of the Day mentioned in the intro to your Netflix special. I heard you talk about Donkey of the Day on Club Shay Shay. Monique, I apologize. I want peace. I want us to heal whatever this is. I want that for everybody you mentioned in the Club Shay Shay interview. I truly pray for peace and healing for us all. Monique, I want that for you. I want that for me because I love us for real. I clear.
Okay, so he apologized, but is it just me or did that apology come across like very condescending? Is it just me? Maybe it's just me, but it's like I appreciate the apology that he gave her because that's what he owed her. He did owe her an apology, but to me it came across like here, bitch, here. You know, it came across very condescending to me. It's like he apologized because he felt like he needed to apologize. But at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, girl, like, here you go. Like, girl, take this apology. Like go on. Like, I don't really think he really cared to apologize to her. He only apologized because he probably was getting drugged. And then another part of it, it felt like to me he was kind of mocking her in a sense too. Like, are you really sincere with your apology, or did you just do this for a moment? Because listen, I'm not apologizing unless I'm very much so for real about the apology. Like, if I really feel like I owe you that, then that's when I apologize. But if I know I don't owe your ass shit, and I know I didn't do anything to you, I'm not giving you shit. And I'm damn sure not gonna give you no fake ass, condescending ass apology either. When I know I don't mean what the fuck I'm saying. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I feel two ways about it. Like I said, I feel like it was kind of condescending, but on the same tip, it's kind of like, okay, well, at least he apologized. You know, like, he ain't really have to. You know, all this, I love us for real shit, that's being condescending. Like, flat out. You know what I'm saying? Like, flat the fuck out. Condescending. All right, so, and I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way because I see y'all comments. So I'm glad I am not the only mother that feels this way about the situation. I'm not the only one. Now, let's get into the response that Monique and her husband gave to the Breakfast Club. Let's get into that.
She's a beautiful asset sitting in that seat.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to bring something very special to that show. And I know the community is agreeing with what I'm saying right now, because what that sister did when she sat in that seat, she was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see for years. For years. And just that baby sitting there with nothing but honesty. And said, no, we got to deal with this, y'all. We got to deal with this, y'all. You don't understand what that baby's bringing to that show. Because what she's not going to be bringing is, let's knock down, drag them out. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And because you babies owned it and you apologize.
We love you. And we loved you then. Not mad. And want y'all to win.
That's all. That's all. So if we
Okay, so that was her basically letting Leonard know. Basically, her letting Leonard know that she hears him out. She's appreciative of the apology, and that's all she really wanted was for them to apologize so they can move on. And sometimes, that's all a person wants is an apology so we can move on, because some people can't move on unless they get an apology. You know what I mean? But I just feel like, and I don't want to diminish her or her feelings or anything that she got going on. I honestly don't. So please don't take it that way. But I honestly feel as though when it comes down to it, sometimes we do have to accept the apologies that we're never going to receive. I don't mind her telling her truth. I don't mind her telling what happened to her, because those stories need to be told, and we do need to know all about the inequality of black actors. And we really don't never really hear black actors talk about it. We only hear from black actresses, black women that's in the industry. We really don't hear, at least I haven't heard a black man that's an actor come out and say and speak on things like this. I never heard that. So if there are some men that's ever spoken about it, correct me, send me the video so I can see for myself, but I've never seen it. It's always been black women that's always come out and stated how they don't get treated equally when it comes down to Hollywood. I don't mind her telling those stories because they're informative, and I like to hear things that's behind the scenes and stuff like that. I like to hear those stories. That's why I like Unsung, which I will be reviewing the new season when it comes out in March. So that would be a part of my musical content as well. But that's why I like shows like Unsung Hollywood, Behind the Music. I like those type of shows because I like to hear about the things that happen behind the scenes. I like to hear those things. So that's why I like the podcast like R&B Money, and we sound crazy. I like those conversations. That's why I used to love Everyday Struggle, because that's the thing that I like to hear. So I don't mind you telling your story, but you're demanding apologies that you're probably never gonna get. And sometimes we just got to accept the fact that these people are never going to apologize, and we have to forgive them for ourselves and move the hell on at some point. You know what I mean? Like, period. And she's getting apologies here and there, but some folks ain't gonna never give you that. Oprah ain't never apologizing to Monique. It's gonna be a cold day in hell before Oprah apologizes to Monique. Even though I believe every solitary word that Monique ever said about Oprah. I do feel that way. I do agree with what she said. I believe it. I believe every solitary word that she said about Tyler Perry. He ain't apologizing either. And sometimes we got to accept the apologies that we don't get. Not trying to turn this into a autobiography, but that's something that I had to learn. These people ain't gonna apologize to you. Just accept it at face value and move the fuck on. Just don't fuck with them no more, because I don't. You just be you. Don't apologize to me. At this point, I don't even need it. But you be you over there. I ain't never got to fuck with you a day in my life. And we good. You just stay your ass over there and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. Now let's go ahead and get into the response that Monique and her husband had to what DL Hughley said about her last night. So they respond to that. So let's listen in on that.
Our brother, DL Hughley. And we are firm believers on what is right and what is wrong. Yes. So we got to start off by saying there was an inaccuracy as it regards Monique saying that there was a cease and desist that was given to DL to shut it down. Mm-hmm. What had taken place, to be accurate, was after Monique spoke to Brother DL on that conversation, Brother DL said, what?
Well, after we spoke on that conversation, when we hung up that phone, the last thing he said was, "It is what it is." And I said, DL, then we're going to have to get our attorney involved. That's the last thing me and DL Hughley said on that conversation.
And after having that conversation with Monique, we went and got our brother, DL Hughley. And we are firm believers on what is right and what is wrong is wrong.
Yes.
So we got to start off by saying there was an inaccuracy as it regards Monique saying that there was a cis attorney involved, Attorney Anderson. At the time, there were some emails that were transferred back and forth between his side and our side, and it escalated to a point when we had our attorney on the email, whereby then finally DL said that he would scratch the interview.
Yes.
So it was inaccurate that a cease and desist had to be given. However, that was the next step, and that's what Monique remembered, because when I discussed it with her, we said that would be the next step. But to DL's credit, at that moment, when it had escalated, that's when he decided to shut it down. However, that is a bit different from how it seemed to have been communicated, whereby on the phone, they were having a conversation and it was kumbaya. Though he never used those words, kumbaya, it did not end. Attorney involved, and with her being under the impression that this was going to be resolved and shut down. So we wanted to make that clear out of love and respect for Brother DL. And despite all the commentary that he gave, with all the crunches she be doing, the captain's in the front.
I do.
And
I do.
Tell him.
I'm a sneak snacker, baby.
And she doesn't sneak when she snaps.
Okay. Hey.
But nonetheless, we wanted to be clear, because at the end of the day, we Black folks in this world of entertainment. And there was a level of harshness in his return that seemed a little bit exaggerated for the moment. And we wanted to make it clear. And I think Monique ended with her being.
You know, when I watched DL say, she went after my wife, she went after my daughters, I want to really be clear who I went after so that there's no confusion here. When I was on stage, when I'm on stage and we are performers, we are performing to the audience in front of us. When I was on that stage and I said, it must be hard to perform oral sex.
But differently.
Okay, on a coward. That had nothing to do with Mrs. Hughley. That insult was directed straight to you, DL. That had nothing to do with your wife. That was straight to you. So it felt like you were trying to pass it off as if I was going after your wife. When it comes to your daughter, to the baby that you did a post about, you did an interview about, I didn't do that interview. I simply reposted. You know, when I watched DL said what you said. So when you say, Monique, you went after my daughter, that's untrue, DL. I posted what you said. And then when you said when you were really going for it with your shades on, and you said, Monique said, I stood by and watched my daughter be raped. DL Hughley, that's your conscience talking to you, brother. I never said that. I never said that. And I want to be a little clear about something else. Never would I try to do anything to harm any of your babies, because we got babies too. So never would I try to do anything to harm your children. However, what I was saying to your daughter and to the other daughters out there, I know what it's like for your daddy to know you've been touched and he not protect you, because my daddy did the same thing. That's it. What that whole point was, but I was showing why I would call you a coward, brother. I don't think it's brave that you didn't protect your baby. So when I said what I was saying, let me be clear to you, D.L. Hughley, it had nothing to do in reference to your family, and you know that. Now, when you were speaking and you were going off and you said, what did he say? She was so offended by the game we play, but you didn't say what the offense was. And that's the part for me that is disheartening, that you continue to try to trick and smoke and mirror our people. If you're going to say it all the way through. When you say family is sacred, you are absolutely right, baby. You're right. But when you say would my husband rather, and you co-sign your team of people doing that, well, isn't my husband sacred? What that whole point was, but I was showing why I would call you a coward, brother. I don't think it's brave that you didn't.
If we come together, we're going to win just by default. So at the end of the day, when you get to talking about how Monique is not loved and this, that, and the other, that's your perception. But what I'll say is it is due to the love that we have that we're able to love those that say things that could be construed as hurtful, but we understand that the old saying of hurt people. So we don't take what you say personally, brother. And again, it's nothing but love. In addition to the fact, I'm Q-Sci-Fi. Just like you, except I've been in about 29 going on 30 years. I'm not going to argue with you, frat. Ain't nothing but love. So we wanted to extend that to you and let you know what it is. And again, if you ever want to speak, let's have a real conversation. If we come together.
Okay, so that was Monique and Daddy having a conversation about DL Hughley, you know, unfunny Hughley or whatever. Now, I feel two ways about this, right? Number one, Monique didn't make up anything when she said what she said about DL. The only thing that she did was repeat what she said. What he said, I'm sorry. He said that. He put that out there. He's the one who said that his daughter was, you know, abused or whatever happened, and he didn't believe her. He put that out there. So by you put that out there, you gave people the ammunition and you opened the door for people to judge you because you were not there for your daughter when your daughter told you that she was abused. So you put that out there. And by you allowing that to happen and by you not having your daughter's back when she came to her dad and told her dad, the man that's supposed to protect her, that someone harmed her and you didn't do anything about it, that does make you look like a coward. So they called that out to highlight you being a coward and you not being there for your kid. That's why they brought that up. Second thing, though, I think bringing that up does nothing but open up a wound for his daughter, because maybe his daughter and him have gotten past the situation, but you bringing it up in such a public way, it probably made her feel some type of way. It made her feel harmed all over again because you're making her relive a situation that she probably trying to move past. You know what I mean? So we really have to watch what we use against people because we never know how it's going to hit. Because sometimes you're trying to hit somebody else. You know, you're trying to hit one person, your target is somebody else, but it winds up hitting an innocent bystander. It's just like you being just like you being present for a shootout and people shooting guns at everybody, at one person, but you get hit with the bullet yourself when it wasn't intended for you. So that's the downside of you saying it. So I understand why you said it, but I also understand why he felt some type of way about you bringing it up in the first place. But he brought it up. He made it public. He gave them the ammunition, so he don't have nobody but himself to blame for the ammunition that he gave. So it could go either way. Honestly, it can go either way. Now, DL has responded once more to Monique and her husband. And this is what he had to say. Let's listen to that.
Right. I'm taking time to respond to Monique again. She made another greasy ass video with her daddy. We kind of relitigating some of the stuff she said on Club Shay Shay, where she talked about how she was on the show and somebody, they played a game, Would You Rather? And I guess she felt like they insulted her husband's sexuality, which is interesting because she can always talk shit about everybody else's sexuality. But I guess her husband's sacrosanct. He's off limit. But a hit dog will bark unless his mouth is full. But she talked about, well, she didn't actually call her lawyer. Who the fuck would be afraid of your lawyer? Your lawyer, you mean the lawyer that did your contract? That lawyer, the lawyer from the firm of Negro from Ghetto Got Him and Gone, that lawyer? Who the fuck afraid of him? He couldn't get your name right on the ticket. He gonna get it right on a legal document. It didn't happen because we decided it shouldn't happen. You didn't need to, because we respect people. We don't have to do things for clicks. They took it off because you asked me to, because I respected you at the time. You also talked about how I disrespect you on so many platforms. But you have this impeccable memory where you can tell to the degree, well, who did what to you and why and what happened, where you were, but you can't pull up one time on any platform that I said anything about you at all, because you know you're lying. You got that piece of paper and that big ass memory, but you can't pull one up. My biggest mistake is saying yes to you. I should have said no when you couldn't come on my radio show. I should have said no that I wasn't playing those dates with you. As a matter of fact, almost anybody who says yes to you at some point is in this milieu with you. Almost anybody. So I would suggest anybody out there, you could say yes to drugs, but say no to Monique. You talked about how my children, families are off limits. They weren't when you were running across Vegas. I mean, the stage in Detroit. They weren't when you talking shit on social media. When you got your ass whipped and your tickets dropped, then they became off limits. But let's do this. Let's decide that you will treat my children like you treat yours, like you don't know them, invisible, like you have no relationship with them, like you're estranged. You're unfamiliar, like you don't know them. You also intimated that I was coward. You know what I'd never do? I would never let my woman take care of me. I would never let my woman get evicted from her apartment. I would never let my woman has to ask another man for money. I'd never do that. Can your old man say the same? He loves you. Of course, he got to say that. You claim him on your taxes. He's a dependent. He's sitting there with you right now. And everything. Because it ain't like he does anything else. But you never address the salient point. I said that if you spent as much time writing your Netflix special as you did arguing about getting it, it wouldn't have been trash. It was. I didn't say it. I defy anybody out there. Stop listening to me. Watch it. Read the reviews. Read the reviews. You beg for something. You made valid points that women are underpaid, that they're not valued. That's absolutely right. So you would think that when you got a chance to do something that you could argue for, you'd be up for the challenge, but you shit the bed because you never are ready for it, because all you ever do is complain about what you don't have. You're never ready for the moment because you're always living in the past. I said it. If you spend half of your time doing, as opposed to talking about who didn't do for you and what they did for you, you'd be a lot further along. You wouldn't be evicted. You wouldn't be working for your man. You wouldn't be asking other comics for money. So you got all the ingredients. Take that piece of paper that you're running down the list with, and that pen that you got, and that daddy sitting next to you, and do what you can't do what you never do. Write a fucking joke. All right, I'm taking time to respond to Monique again. She made another.
I want to go on record by saying DL went in on Monique. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I don't care. DL went the fuck off on Monique. he kind of dragged her. Like, no lies. Like, you just gotta give him what you gotta give him. Monique been dragging, but DL kind of read her like down. Like, he read her like a damn script. Like, y'all just gotta give it to him, because he kind of ate her up like it was an omelet. Like, he went in on her, and now that was a read. He read her down to the ground. I just got to get that off my chest first. Okay. Now, let's go into what he said about her Netflix special. Now, me personally, I ain't watch it. But people were saying that her Netflix special was not good. They were saying it now. They were saying that it was tragic. They were saying it wasn't funny. I heard that from several people that watched it in my real life. However, DL has never, ever been funny. As long as I've been on this earth, DL ain't never been funny. I don't even know why he was a king of comedy. DL ain't never been funny. I would never buy a comedy special. I would never pay to see him in no damn comedy show. He is terrible. I said this last night. He is one of the most unfunny comics I've ever seen in my life. He is not funny. Pop in my back. I'm sorry, y'all. First of all, y'all like my shirt? Before we continue, y'all like my shirt? Lately, there seems to be some insecurities about the way I feel. I want you know what I mean? Y'all like my shirt? I love it. Love my shirt. Anyway, yeah, he's not funny. He's not funny at all. When I watch Kings of Comedy, I always fast forward through his parts. So he don't need to sit up here and talk about nobody in their jokes. Nobody. He was the worst one on Kings of Comedy, period. He was the worst one. So he ain't got no right to talk about nobody's jokes. Monique is funnier than damn D.L. Hughley any day. I don't even know why he got a morning show. Remember, I told you last night, y'all, that when I made that post on Facebook a couple of years, like about a year or two ago, it went viral. And I said, till this day, I don't understand why D.L. Hughley was on the Kings of Comedy. And folks were so mad at me, talking about you got to be intelligent to get his jokes, like trying to patronize me. Bitch, I ain't got to be intelligent. Bitch, I am intelligent, and I still think the shit ain't fucking funny. Let's start there. He's not funny. He was only funny here because he was mad. So maybe somebody need to make his ass mad before he go on stage. Maybe he'll be funny then. And he's so mad at Monique. Every time she say something about him, he goes in on her. Like, he really can't stand Monique ass. But I like I said, I'm just gonna give it to him. That was a TKO he gave her right then. That was a TKO, okay? But why he ain't say nothing about Cat? Didn't Cat say something about him? See, y'all love to go for every time Monique come out and say something, y'all be ready to read and shit. But okay, whatever. But yeah, that was a read, but I still don't think you won the battle because you still whack as a comedian. Now, before we get up out of here, I want to talk about one more thing in regards to Monique, okay? Now, you listen, you know that when people do interviews, it goes viral, right? Now, somebody brought up what she said on Twitter. Someone took this clip of what she said in regards to T.S. Madison and tried to make it a thing. Let me play it for you guys real quick. As a matter of fact, let me put this thing up here because I don't want no bullshit. Let's listen to what she said, and then we'll talk about what the people on Twitter are trying to make it out to be. Let's get into it.
This was the realest thing Monique said in that interview.
If you are my friend, and someone says to me, Monique, Shannon Sharp wronged me, and you my friend, I'm going to call my friend.
You can come to me.
And I'm going to say, hey, is what they saying true? And if you get to hemming and hawing, I'm going to tell you, till you fix it, you and I can't talk. Because if you'll do them that way, it'll be a matter of time before you do it to me. So if Steve Harvey is your friend, you call your friend up and you ask him, is what our sister saying right, man? Because if it is, we can't do that to her. If that's our sister. See, it took a transgender named T.S. Madison. It was a guy named Jamaica Carter. Jamaica Carter and our mutual friend. Jamaica Carter and our friends. T.S. Madison was a mutual friend. So Jamaica called me and said, would you mind doing T.S. Madison's show? I go do T.S. Madison's show. When I tell T.S. Madison, when the camera cuts, I said, listen, your friend is wrong. She said, Monique Lee Daniels is my friend. I said, then you need to call your friend and tell him to fix this shit. She said, I will. Within a couple of days, who did I get a call from? Lee Daniels. See, that's a friend. That's a true friend that's saying, I love you so much that I want to make sure that's not on your heart or your conscience. Let's fix it. Let's make it right. So when people ask Lee now, when we did the deliverance together, how was it to work with Monique? It was as if we had never parted ways because he fixed it. He owned it and he took accountability for it. I can't now keep you to the cross because you've owned it.
Right.
I've had to be forgiven.
Right.
Now, that is what Monique said in regards to the situation. Maybe I got the whole Cat William. Oh, okay. They're talking about in the chat. Now, here's the thing. I guess the person that put this up here said it's trans themselves, right? So they posted, it took a transgender. It's crazy. I immediately rolled my eyes when I saw that. I'm gonna tell y'all why I rolled my eyes, okay? Like, it really irked me. But someone else says there's a constant level of divisiveness when it comes to cis women and trans women. In this very same interview, she made reference to Madison again and thanked T.S. Madison and even ended with, they say that woman is against women, but she's advocates. People say that they say that woman is against women, but she's always advocating for women because she's aware of how people pit the two. She affirmed her. That's how TS received it. And I agree with that. It's fake ass outrage. Okay. Want a reason to be upset. Someone says, it seems like TS wasn't offended. This is a teachable moment for Mo, but you can tell it wasn't said out of hate. I agree. It wasn't said out of hate. Someone said, this is loud and wrong. Mo said it properly with no malicious intent. Your own hatred cost you to hear what you wanted to hear. Someone else said, in my opinion, she has spoken about how Black men or women haven't spoken up for what's right on her behalf. However, when she said transgender, not only is T.S. Madison trans, but society deems us as people that are wicked or evil. So the one person you deem not a good person did what was right. I agree with that. I agree with that. I just think that she's angry that her cisgendered friends didn't have her back. And I think that's why the classification of who had my back was necessary. Someone else says, I'm confused. What's offensive? T.S. Madison herself claims she's transgender and always speaks on the importance of mentioning her being trans because it's about her journey of becoming a woman. Do you personally get offended by being called a trans woman? And that's just what it is. A reason to be offended by something. Then T.S. Madison came out on her own, and T.S. Madison said, this was Monique speaking of her transgender friend who stood in the paint for her, not a community of people being offended because of what she referred to me as. Please do not take away from the unity that was made and the way she pointed out how the men/women didn't stand up for her. This is not your moment. And I agree. You know, I really, really try not to go there about this because I'm going to tell you one thing. As a Black, gay, LGBT man, my views on certain things do not align with LGBT community people a lot because I don't think the same. I'm not the type of person that's on this group think shit. You know, one person think this way, everybody got to think this way. I just feel like a lot of times people in my community want to be offended by something. I'm just being honest. Because that was nothing to be offended by. I don't understand why are we mad? T.S. Madison is transgender. I don't understand why anybody would feel any kind of way about that. She didn't say nothing wrong. She said it took a transgender, meaning transgender people are demeaned and they're classified as horrible ass people and don't nobody want them to be in society. And they always say that transgenders are in competition with natural born women every single day. And they say that they want to erase the natural born woman. But the same person that you say want to erase y'all out the fucking equation is the same one that defended the natural born woman that y'all say that they want to be like and want to put them out the place. That is what she said. That's why she used that terminology. It wasn't to be disrespectful or malicious at all. She didn't say it that way. Like, why are we so damn sensitive about every fucking thing? It's so annoying sometimes. It's so irritating. And when I say that, I'm pandering to the straight women. I'm pandering to the straight people. I have self-hatred. I don't like myself. I want to live this heteronormative society. That ain't what it is. So don't try to child, I hate it when they do that. Don't ever try to make me feel insecure about anything that I'm doing. I'm gay as fuck, and I know that. I'm gay as fuck, and I know that. Period. But what I do know is that some of y'all like to do stuff, and when I say some of y'all, I ain't talking about one group. I'm just talking about everybody. Some of y'all like to cause division, and then we had these tired ass, long drawn out conversations about men versus women, gay Black men versus the Black woman, the transgender woman versus the women. It be them long drawn out ass debates that go on for weeks and weeks at a time till we all drain from it. It's so annoying. What's the fucking point? She did not say that to be ignorant. She did not say that to be transphobic. Period. There was nothing transphobic about that statement. Stop trying to make everybody be transphobic. Please. It's annoying, and I can't take it. Like, stop making a big deal out of everything. Everything is not that serious to be mad about. It's not that serious. It's not. And I'm going to close out by saying this. It's annoying. You know what I mean? Like, it's annoying. And I've been on the receiving end on both ends. It's 1 minute I don't like Black women, and then on another hand, it's I'm transphobic or I'm a self-hating gay man. Like, I can't win over here because my opinions are my damn opinions, and I don't give a who got a problem with it. My opinions are what they are. But that was unnecessary. Like, somebody took that clip and tried to make that into something else, and it didn't work. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Okay? It's enough going on. It's enough strife between Black women and Black transgender women. We don't need another conversation, and we don't need another debate about this because it's draining and we're tired. It wasn't that damn serious. Stop trying to make a moment out of nothing because it wasn't that deep. She was giving T.S. Madison her props. But y'all focus on her saying, it took a transgender. That's what y'all focus on. Girl. Anyway. I went over an hour. This was only supposed to be an hour, but it was an hour and 30 something minutes. And we had over 200 people, almost 300. Thank you guys for tuning in. Now, before I go, shout out to one of my moderators, okay? One of my moderators by the name of Too Feisty, she lost her mom this week. And I'm giving her prayers, words of encouragement, condolences, all those things. She's been a mod for me for many, many years. She's been a part of my team, Scotty Gang member family since I started. So shout out to Too Feisty. Make sure you guys pray for her and her mom and her family. Today is one of my other moderators' birthday by the name of Pain. Pain should be in the chat right now. He's been in the chat all night. Hopefully he's still there. But shout out, happy birthday to Pain. He's one of my favorites as far as my moderators are concerned, because I have a shitload of moderators, but it's some that's always around. And Pain is one of those. So it's Aquarius season. So shout out to Pain, my fellow Aquarius. I think Prophet's birthday has already passed. So shout out to belated birthday, shout out to Prophet, birthday, shout out to Pain. We're about to get up out of here now. I'm off work tomorrow, so y'all will probably get some videos during the day. And like I said, I'm gonna work on my Yes for the Mess deep dives tomorrow night and stuff like that, so y'all can have more videos to come out while I'm gone. Y'all have some deep dives and some readings on the members only and stuff like that while I'm gone and stuff like that. But y'all will still get content while I'm gone. It just won't be no late night lives. So if anything happens that's very significant tomorrow, you will get a late night live. But if not, you'll just get videos during the day. So this might be your last late night live until I come back home from Atlanta. And I don't go to Atlanta until Sunday. So we'll see. But anyway, before we go, y'all miss us? So the Chasing panel will be returning in March. We had the plans that we had for this panel have changed. And what I mean by that is we were going to come back after my birthday and we were going to do a 10-week run to see how you guys would receive us as a pop culture panel, because the people love the Chasing panel so much. It was like a surprise hit. It's rivaling my most watched panel, which is the Whether You Like It or Not panel. Okay. Whether You Like It or Not panel is the biggest panel on my platform, but the Chasing panel is now catching up to that. It's now second place for the most viewed panel on my platform. And we wasn't expecting it to do that. And you guys wanted more from us. Y'all said, well, we don't want you guys to go away for a long time as we wait on Chasing Dallas to come out. So we had every intention on coming back after I came back from Atlanta from celebrating my birthday in late February, early March. We had every intention on coming back, and we was gonna do 10 weeks. We were gonna test it out, see how y'all would react to us as a panel to do pop culture, like do some TGIL for some Cocktails with Queens type of commentary. We was gonna do that. But then we found out that Chasing Dallas was coming back in March. So now those plans that we did have to make this a T panel has been placed on hold because of Chasing Dallas. But we will be revisiting that once Chasing Dallas is over and done with. Okay. So yes, the Chasing panel is definitely coming back in March. It'll still be dealing with chasing and chasing only for the time being, but we still are going to go through with our plans for the Chasing panel after dark for members only, as well as making it a pop culture panel. We're still going to do that. So be on the lookout for that. We thank you guys for all the support. Make sure you guys support our very own Tramiel from the Chasing panel. He has a song out right now, and it's called Long Days. It's available everywhere for purchase and streaming, so make sure you guys cop that. Bando. Y'all know that's my baby daddy. Bando has a new song out. Well, it's not really new, but Bando has a song out right now called Bando's Dream, which is now available on Spotify, Apple Music, as well as YouTube. And he also has another record out called DUI, which is also available everywhere for purchase and streaming. With that being said, you guys, I am your boy, Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boy's up out here. And until my next video, I will holler at you guys a little bit later. Bye.